So anyways, hey everybody, welcome to the semifinals match with Titandrake and Pubby. So I just want to make sure that the stream seems fine. And then I guess we're just going to go ahead and start playing. As long as the people in the chat say the stream looks fine. Right, so Pubby and Titandrake are facing off, and the winner of that will play either me or She Can't Say No in the championship. And good luck to both players. I guess my mouse can come up here too. So I guess I'll talk about the board. Looks like mountebank's going to be the big issue here. Yeah, with the village being university and the draw being embassy, I don't think you can really get the deck drawing necessarily. So it looks like you want to just play, with a couple mountebanks, and then from there you maybe are looking at quality treasures for either hoard and gold. Yeah, like you can university a bunch of treasuries, but that doesn't seem that great. And I'm not sure the forager is enough to fight it. Steph in the chat thinks that you can stay, or you should at least make the attempt to stay thin. I'm not convinced, but he could be right. So I assume he wants a couple foragers then, but probably not in the opening. I would open silver just to try and get 5. I don't think I would open with a forager. But it looks like Titandrake is opening with a forager. So the cards are coming across a little choppily. I may ask him to adjust the team viewer settings a bit, but as Steph points out, Scavenger is a pretty nice opening as well, as you can keep placing your mountebank back on top of your deck. They both have the mountebank now. Sorry, I was typing a message to Titandrake. Yeah, I just don't see the forager really paying off here. At least not significantly. So Pubby already has moved into the embassies, which I'm not convinced is better than a second mountebank. Though it's certainly a good card here, or pretty good card. Since you're just looking to hit 8, Embassy is about the best card in the game for just hitting 8. I don't really see what the question here is for Titandrake. I think you definitely want to put the mountebank on top. I'm not sure what the decision is here. Yeah, as Steph says, unless he's adjusting his team viewer settings. For those who don't know, there's a thread in the forums where they did Adam did an audio interview with Titandrake and a text interview with Pubby, so you can learn a little bit about them and their Dominion preferences. I haven't filled my interview out yet. I need to do that, I guess, sometime before tomorrow. This is a nice turn for Pubby to get the double golds in the province. Should be big, and he didn't even have to play an embassy or anything to get it. So yeah, I would recommend looking at the interview and I guess listening to Titandrake's. I haven't gotten to listen to it yet, but I think it's pretty weird that they didn't take. Well, it's not that weird, but I would have gone for a second mountain bank here on this board before this point, I think. Titandrake's already taking duchies. He had a horde in play, but they're both moving to the duchies. Now a scavenger is a choice. You might want a gold over a mountebank. And that's what he goes with. So he couldn't get to 8 even if he had... I think if he'd trashed the duchy there, he could have gotten 8. So it's 3 points either way. It's just whether that's better. If I didn't see who started. Okay, looks like Pubby started this one. Now it's just on these provinces. The estates shouldn't matter too much. Pubby has to take it, but it loses for him. So Titandrake wins game 1. It was a quick one. We just had the money. Okay, so here we've got minstrel but no draw, which again makes the engine a little bit difficult. Yeah, I'm not... You can play with action cards here certainly, but it's still not really an engine. So I guess the dilemma here would be whether you go for the fool's golds, just start buying fool's golds right from the start. It looks pretty good to me, and then take a minstrel, or not a minstrel, a merchant guild later on. I think if I'm playing this, I go for the fool's gold. Yeah, I like that from Pubby. See, now Titandrake is buying fool's golds after 2 silvers. Which is, I mean, it's okay. Well, it's weird. It's pretty weird. You would just assume if you wanted to buy fool's gold now that you had taken 2 to start with. So they both have added a merchant guild now. And I mean, we forgot to mention the most powerful card in the kingdom, which is Royal Seal. I'm sure he'll just double fool's gold here. And so will Pubby. And then I assume Titandrake gets the last one. But I didn't catch the split, but if I'm him, I'm thinking I'm cashing in fool's golds if I'm Titandrake. And I think I would take a haggler or another merchant guild here. I don't think I would take the copper. Oh, I don't like that tunnel. Even to trash a hovel, I don't like that tunnel from Pubby. I guess, yeah, I would rather just buy a silver. Titandrake's having nice draws here. Sorry if the game is skipping around a little bit. Yeah, and so now Titandrake's going to get the duchy and add a couple of coin tokens. So here he should just buy duchy and copper. You could, I guess you could think about double tunnel for the extra point. I think I would rather have the copper than the tunnel and the point. What he's doing here is strictly worse than double tunnel. Using the coin token there to buy duchy estate is strictly worse than the tunnels. Yeah, we've got a nice floating gold here. Pretty cool. So Titandrake has the same amount of points and 1 coin token less than he could have. So he could have a province here in this hand if he wanted it. And he's talking about not having spent the coin token, but he didn't have to spend it. He chose to. And here I would yeah, he can generate 2 coin tokens here, spend 1. So he can gain a coin token by doing it this way. I mean, Titandrake already has the game in hand. So he did not end up needing that coin token. It didn't cost him. I missed who started that one. It was Titandrake, wasn't it? I believe so. If not, someone can correct me. Well, maybe Titandrake will correct me. This is at least Pubby's second start at least. I may have messed up the starts, but oh well. Here we have draw, but this time no village. But you can get. You could do Chapel Bishop. You can do the golden deck. Or you can go for Grand Markets. Steph says that Grand Markets eat the golden deck alive, which might be true. I think it takes a little while. Well, it takes a little while to actually get the golden deck also. The Grand Markets can eventually put out pretty good amount of points. Should move this mouse off of here. So Pubby is just going straight for it. You can get Vagrants. Yeah. Pubby has his bishop missed the shuffle, but well, in any case, it looks like we may learn about whether the golden deck is fast enough here. If Titandrake goes for the Grand Markets, at least we'll learn about it. We'll learn something. We can always learn something. Pubby said that he would not. Well, he picked JSH or Donald for entertainment on the desert island, but I was also in the mix as a desert island compatriot because of my easygoing nature, which was very nice of him. You know, we have a necropolis. I didn't think about that. That may make you want to play with some torturers. I mean, the necropolis makes you want to play something a little more complicated than just the basic golden deck. Not necessarily torturers, but like hagglers with your bishop maybe. It definitely makes the more complicated deck a little better. I don't know that Journeyman's all that is strictly better than Torture, because they can't always guarantee being able to get rid of the curse. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Titandrake's bishop at this point. I'm not a big fan of that silver either. I think just take a vagrant. Neither deck seems to be doing a lot. Titandrake keeps taking, keeps not triggering shuffles for what is effectively not a real great reason. Yeah, I would just take vagrants off those haggler gains. I don't know why you want more silvers. Not much of a fan of that. But he keeps taking them. You really just want to get to your grand markets. I think they're both playing this a little off. Maybe not. Maybe they're not quite focused in on one thing. Like, if he takes this, I don't like a torture here. Just buy a grand market. This is not an easy board to play well, I think, but I always, in these cases, try and keep it simple to begin with, and then if it's working out, make it a little more complicated. You can gain a curse and then trash it immediately. Look at that interaction. So Titandrake keeps not playing these vagrants on these shuffles. That would have been a great shuffle to trigger. He had like a chapel and he had several dead drawing cards. It would have been an excellent shuffle to trigger. And it's not like his discard was bad cards. His discard was a bunch of good cards anyway. So you trigger the shuffle, I think. Here he can get double grand market, and hopefully he takes either... I mean, I would think about taking a drawing card, but vagrants are fine too. I would be getting double grand market. So Pubby's already moved for the provinces. There's this trick you can do to make your opponent start greening too early, and that's to green too early yourself. So sometimes they follow suit. I mean, why green until you are playing just like all of the grand markets in your turn? And here he's going to take silver copper or silver vagrant instead of just nothing. Or like torture vagrant. But probably nothing's best, because if he buys a vagrant, he has to take a copper. He doesn't want a copper. But it's too late now for him to get the 2 grand markets, which is what I would have done with that draw. And I wouldn't. Steph says if he buys Vagrant, he should take Curse, which is true. because he can draw that with his vagrants. Like here now, he's just playing him. He's taking this deck, which could be a thin deck that plays a bunch of grand markets, and it's basically just a big money deck now. He can get one province consistently, but that's about it. Some turns he'll be able to like province duchy. But it makes his turns just a lot worse. Steph says province consistently question mark because this turn he doesn't have it. I would say this turn is a little flukish. I think most turns he'll be able to hit 8. But JSH has bet some Go coins, which are, worth a lot just for sentimental value. We do need to start getting some gambling in our Dominion tournaments and games. I think that's the next area we need to explore. He's got a province in here somewhere. Yeah. All right. Steph says he could take another haggler here. The hagglers are breeding hagglers. They're the new rats, which is what Steph said. Yeah, these decks, I mean, you've got this chapel, and then you almost haven't taken any advantage of it. The thinness. The turns could be quite a bit better. Like Pubby's drawing his deck. And Titandrake here is choosing to get rid of the haggler. I'm not sure. If he hasn't played the torture yet, you should just take the curse, because you know he's gonna play the bishop. Yeah. So you miss out on a free trash, and you lose the cards, of course. So here he could be bishoping a silver and playing a haggler. So that's a pretty bad misplay. And Pubby can safely keep safely taking provinces here. So I don't think Pubby's deck is as good as it could be either, but he did a lot better job keeping the deck controlled. That Torture is guaranteed to draw you like 3 dead cards, pretty much. Also, Pubby has been very low. Well, his deck's pretty thin, right? So he's been fortunate to have the Necro Torture, but not that lucky because he kept his deck pretty clean. Yep, we get the match to keep going. If I kept the starts right, then Pubby still has one more. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Otherwise, this is his last one. Alright, so we finally have a board with a village and draw. Not to mention gains. Pretty cool set. I think Hermit Island looks okay as an opening. Hermit Silver looks okay. I'm buying a Hermit, but I don't know what I'm pairing it with. Island or Silver, I think. And then you just want to... So unfortunately you can't gain 4s, and to do the Smithy Village you need 4s, but you can get a Haggler to help a little bit with your gains there. Seller should be quite nice. Pubby's getting the Madmen already, which seems okay. So they did the same opening. We have quite a few of the European, well, not that many, but a Symbol Meme and Steph are watching, and it's got to be like 4 in the morning there or something. Maybe not quite that late, but something like that. I think on 5 you take a Haggler and start getting mining villages and wishing well. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to make menagerie work here. So many coppers. Oh, Dr. Steelhammer is there as well. Oh yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice. And DG is here. we've got a crowd. Titandrake is... Pubby's already got 2 of those provinces. But he has gotten rid of his Madmen now, so... JSH. If Pubby gets to his 5th province here, that's going to be pretty hard to beat. You know what would be really cool is if I could see how many cards are left in Pubby's deck at all times. We're out of luck. So Steph wanted to play more of the engine, though you can do that, though it's hard to complain with kind of their pace here, which is pretty good. And you can't actually gain like extra duchies or anything, so it's a little hard to catch up on points. Pubby's at basically, it's not really half VP, but it's close enough. Titandrake might as well take estates. Alright, that's certainly half. Alright, it's all tied up. Titandrake should start the last two games. I don't know if he wants to make it a non-pro game so they don't lose their precious points. Alright, look at that. We got the starts right. Hooray. Alright, now this board has everything. We've got the draw and the buy and the actions and the trashing and the gaining. It's all there. So, I don't really like opening Crossroads that much, but okay. I suppose you take a Catacombs. That or Royal Seal, just kidding. It's probably Crossroads Ironmonger or Crossroads Catacombs. I like that opening. Pubby, I don't like Pubby Silver. I don't know why you buy a silver. Why would you? I don't see why you buy a silver on this board. You just take a fishing village, I think. Titandrake should just keep these so he's guaranteed to hit 6. This is nice draws for Titandrake. Really nice, actually. Here for him, I'd either take Ironmonger or another Catacombs. This is a good board for a second altar as well. It's a really nice board for a second altar. Steph says he strongly disagrees with Ironmonger, and I don't know at which point he's talking about this, but or which player did it, but I think you just trash here and gain another Catacombs. And then I would probably take a pawn. So he did what I said. I hope someone goes for the second altar. Dang it, he didn't. Pubby didn't go for the second altar, which I think is really good. You should just put the estate back because you draw the card off it anyway. Please get a second altar. Do it, Titandrake. Shad mentioned Silk Road. Silk Road's you can just score all the points off provinces, no problem. So I don't like that market square really. You know what would have been really cool is a second altar. You know what you can do with a second altar, Steph? You can gain villages. Now altar gain something. Alright, that's what we like to see. Very nice. Get yourself a village. Get a fishing village, Titandrake. No, 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 no. Get a fishing village. Get something you know you can play for benefit this turn and have a fishing village in play for the next turn. No. That was not right. You know what this Ironmonger does now? Nothing. And you know what you don't have in play for next turn? A fishing village. Oh no, please don't buy gold. Use altar with market square and gain them. You don't have to buy gold here. If you find that you want golds, you can gain them. Yeah. So Titandrake was in the lead, or he's still in the lead, and he'll probably still win, but he's making some sloppy plays here. Like this gold, it does nothing, basically. So this is an unfortunate draw, though, to be fair. He left all of his catacombs in the bottom of his deck, which is bad luck, but Steph's going to say the gold, yeah. Steph says the gold does something, it stops his turn, which is correct. Probably Pubby will buy a province here, just for no reason. DG says you can't have bad luck with Royal Seal in the kingdom, which I guess is true. You could alter for a Royal Seal and set up your turns. I don't know how often you can do that, but maybe some. I will say this, Royal Seal is probably better than gold here, so... He should toss those. should try and get to his crossroads. Yeah. So you can see that Titandrake doesn't have nearly enough villages because he can't really play his altars and then more catacombs. Well, he can draw like one of them. I think I would kill a copper. I think I expect Pubby will be pretty close to having a 3 pile on his turn. Well, that was the fortunate draw for Titandrake, the way that played out. Also, I would have killed a copper, not a estate. Since, well, assuming you had an idea of what the money would come out for. I'm not sure if, I think I would maybe just now he's set himself up for a 3 pile if Pubby can get enough money, because he can gain a market square. So if Pubby can get to $20, he can win. Which seems possible to me. Was he at a draw? Well, I'm not sure exactly how. Yeah, Pubby can probably win just by beating him on provinces. But if he had a forced win that turn, you know, to go for it. I don't know that he did, but he would, you know, you'd have forced wins really easy if you had 2 altars in your deck, like these guys should. Yeah, Steph makes a good point. Pubby doesn't have a crossroads yet, and that would probably be better than Ironmonger. Quite likely to be better, actually, because it's probably going to be like a, well, it has potential to be like a super double activated city amazing thing. I think Titandrake just plays that Pubby doesn't have a Catacombs in hand and doesn't draw one. Just takes double province and hopes. maybe not. Yeah, you can't keep these three because there's no village. You have to toss them. You're guaranteed to see your crossroads. You're gonna draw through the next three, and then you can pick it up with the pawn or the market square if it's not there. But you have to get the crossroads. Yeah, that seems like a big mistake. It's just a little bit. You can see how these more complicated decks, how even if you have the right idea, like this deck is this is the right shape for the deck, right? This drawing engine, and all the components are there, but you can see how making a few misplays along the way can. I mean, Titandrake had quite a good lead at the start of the game, but he's behind now by a lot. So the little choices make a big difference. It's. I mean, he really screwed himself over at a few points in this game. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't mess up the stream. I don't actually know what Titandrake is trying to calculate now. He doesn't have a forced win, that's for sure. Unless he thinks with the pawns he can do it. Shad is fixated on the Silk Roads. He wants that to be a thing. It's not 4:30 in the morning like it is for some of you guys, but I've been going to bed pretty early this week. So it feels late to me too, even though it's only like 9:30. I mean, I don't know what he should do. I would play more of these action cards before I thought, I think. He doesn't have a forced win. GSH, the ocean terrifies me, so I moved to the middle of the nation, the country, to be as far away from the ocean as possible. All that water, it just sits there. It could do anything, you never know. People drown in it. I like the ocean too, I'm just kidding. I don't like it that much though.
The ocean is not, you know, it's pretty big. It has that going for it. Steph is not a fan of the golds. They both have so many coppers still. Those should all be gone. She Can't Say No and I have been working on Blitz Dominion, but it's not quite ready for the public yet. I say She Can't Say No and I have been working. He has been working, and I have been uh, testing a little bit, a tiny bit with him. So I should make sure that is phrased accurately. I have not been working, um, but anyway, we have some ideas for it, and sort of the basic implementation is in his mod. But when it comes out, it's going to be sweet. Now he can buy 4 Silk Roads. We'll have to tell some of the Blitz Dominion stories. The format that we have right now doesn't actually work very well, but we're confident we can get something competitive going. I mean, I would have said, well, I don't know if it's the right play, but I would have at this point said, forget about it. I'm just going to take the two provinces. Whole pubby has a dead turn. Go for it on the next turn. I do like a second crossroads now. It could draw a lot of cards. Um, I mean, I think he did get a lot of points there. I mean, Pubby's going to be able to at least double province duchy. Well, Pubby doesn't have a crossroads, so maybe not. Pubby should really have gotten a crossroads at some point. I don't remember if Pubby was putting out $20 or not. Well, he's got an altar, so So the duchy thing's only 20. You know, it would be even better for getting duchies, running out the duchies. 2 altars. Sorry about that. I'm gonna see how many times I can talk about the 2 altars. So I got this bag of pecans here, and I've got about 1 million I don't know what they call them, flower weevils, flower beetles, something like that. But anyway, they're trying to eat my pecans. And I'm pretty sure that I've just been scooping handfuls of pecans and flower weevils into my mouth. Which is, you know, they're little. It's just extra protein. Pubby didn't get to 20, so he can't end it. Yeah. JSH thinks I live in the woods. I don't live in the woods. I live in the middle of a whole bunch of apartment complexes. That's why well, I don't know why there are pigeons, but anyways, there are a bunch of pigeons around where I live. Well, Titandrake has a dead turn. He can get 2 Silk Roads. I don't know if Pubby should have done that double province. That's pretty risky if Titandrake hadn't had a dead turn. It works out. Pubby's gonna win this one. Well, he's already won, and I'm sure he has $8 in his hand now. So we're going to game 6, which we already knew we were going to game 6, but Steph says nothing was safe for Pubby. So basically there was no green piles he could lower that didn't put the game in danger of ending. I was fighting the flower weevils, so I missed that. Flower weevils are very weak opponents, so they're very easy to fight. But when there's a lot of them, it becomes more challenging. Assembleman said I lived near a racetrack. I don't. Those are just like undergraduates driving their fast cars. Trying to show off. It's obnoxious. Yeah, so Titandrake's talking about this thing that I thought was true, but as Steph pointed out, lowering any pile would put the game, buying any green would have put the game in range of a 3 pile. Does anybody in the chat know of any old wives' remedies for destroying flower weevils? I've searched on the internet, but I attempted some of the things that were suggested to no avail. So I'm turning to all of you. Yeah, I think you could skip Seahag here with trade route. Open potion trade route. You might get away with that. And then you can play Apothecary Bank. You've got the Workers' Villages for buy. That seems like a fun deck. Apothecary Bank. Plaza's there too. Plaza's nice with Apothecary. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing here, I think. I would not buy a Herbalist. I would probably play with 2 potions so that you can pick up the apothecaries a little faster. Whoa, sorry, I'll stop messing around here with these plastic bags. Steph points out that there's not other draw, so you're just relying on the apothecaries, which is true. You wouldn't have good turns all the time, but you might have enough good turns that it works out. Plaza is also kind of draw with apothecary, kind of. No, it's not. That doesn't make sense. You're just trading. So Titandrake is now playing the Apothecary Fool's Gold strategy, which is super confusing to me. I don't get that at all. Yeah, I realize I was stupid to say Plaza's draw. Poor Pubby. It looks like we might get a Game 7 here. And Titandrake is doing a really weird thing. Apothecary Fool's Gold. I guess he can... I don't know what you can do with that. That's really strange. Maybe you play the Apothecaries and it leaves Fool's Golds on top of your deck for the next turn. I don't know. It's weird. I think he'll probably just win on the back of not having as terrible turns as Pubby, basically. I don't get it though. I mean, you could just buy a bank later on and have as much money as those Fool's Golds are going to give you. And if you start buying provinces, like this turn he's going to have 8 for sure. If he buys a province now, then all of a sudden the apothecaries get a lot worse. This is really a strange match, or this is a strange game, I should say. They're both playing Apothecary Fool's Gold, which is really odd. I can't quite see that being the best thing here. Just play with like 2 banks and apothecaries, and you can green in like 2 turns instead of however many they're going to green over here. Plutonium? Does your wife have any plutonium, GSH? Because if so, I'll PM you my address. mean, if I get radiation poisoning, that's okay. I'll just wear a lead vest or something. I'm a dentist, so no, I'm not a dentist. I should have been a dentist though. Then I'd be making bank. It's this classic. Now Titandrake is impressed with his apothecary potion or apothecary fool's gold strategy. Yeah, I should have been a dentist, definitely. Now Pubby buys a herbalist, I guess because he really wanted a copper with a buy. You could just buy a copper and it would be better with your apothecary. Just draw the province, Titandrake. JSH, is your dentist friend single? I think Titandrake has this about locked up. Over the course of however many turns he has left, quite a few, he'll probably be able to hit 8 one of those times. I think I would have drawn the trade route, but now he's going to boost the trade route up. He still has to kill an estate to buy the duchy. But it's still 2 more points, and that's plenty to stay out of range. He should maybe pick up a copper there. Pubby gets to play a single bank. Yeah, JSH, don't link me a pic of your dentist friend. If I lived in where you lived, then I would make you. All right. Here we go, game 7. We've got an exciting match. My score thing is weird. All right, here we go. This is it, and we've got a big highway thing to do. Oh, she lives in Texas. Well, I don't live in Texas. But maybe someday I will. 5-2 does look pretty bad here. On a 4-3, it looks like Hermit Ironmonger for sure. And then, yeah, you're just really looking to get the highways. And then either extra gains from Hermit or Merchant Guild. Do a big mint turn once you play a Madman, once you have some economy. You can get really clean here. So Pubby definitely has the advantage here in the opening split. I don't like the cartographer opening much, but it's okay.
I think Pubby should already be headed. I don't like Scheme that much. I know what he's doing. He wants to do the Hermit Scheme trick, but the Hermit Scheme trick's not that. It's okay, but I think some cartographers are okay, but only if all the highways are gone. Yeah, he should buy mint. Very nice. Pubby has pretty much won this. Though, of course, Titandrake could have a really good turn here, too. So maybe not. I guess Titandrake can answer with a mint of his own. Yeah, if Titandrake had a highway or a merchant guild now, he could do more on this turn. Though he cycled a little bit with it. I would gain another hermit so you can play the hermit. He can't buy mint unless you get a silver off that hermit. Pubby's buying a copper just so he has 5 next turn. Titandrake should buy a mint here, even just to trash 4 coppers. I think Pubby is just going to get out ahead here. Maybe he's not aware of the Scheme Hermit trick. He didn't have to gain 2 hermits. He could have just, if he wanted to replace them, he could have just kept 1. Well, he forgot, but now he is trying to remember. Now he's going to have like 3. Does he have 2 highways? I'm not sure who has the second highway. Now Pubby's turns are going to start getting pretty good. He's going to be able to start hermiting for highways. Yeah, if Titandrake had gotten the Madman in play this turn, he would have had a good shot at catching up this turn. As it is, he's going to fall a little bit further behind. He still has a lot of gains, though, so he can catch up. It just depends. I mean, it'll take some careful play. He has to get to one of these madmen, though. So if he doesn't draw a madman in this next turn, he's pretty out of luck. And Pubby is getting up to 5 of the highways here. So if Titandrake gets to his madman, he can gain the highways, the rest of these highways. So he gets there. So they will split the highways. He should hermit for like a merchant guild, not a highway, so he gets the extra gain. He should use one of his hermits on a merchant guild. I think. He can also wait on that. Yeah, so now he doesn't have the... Now he doesn't get to do the trashing. Yeah, so he basically loses a gain that turn by not taking the guild. He loses a gain of a guild, specifically. So he still can't trash. Unless he just wants to play without the fifth highway. You have to have the fifth highway because otherwise your hermits are terrible. You have to have the fifth highway to be able to gain provinces with your hermits. He should have played the cartographer too. There's no reason to not play the cartographer and stick it on top of your deck with this scheme. Well, at least Titandrake realized what his mistake was because he's typing it in the chat.
So Pubby gets 3 provinces there. Yeah, he's just not going to make it with the 7 coppers. He's got one more good turn with the Madman. And then he's not going to go anywhere. He can save the Madman. Since he does already have the Steph is saying just play the Madman because you can gain new Madmen. To do that, you have to put Hermits on top of your deck, which is terrible. And also, you don't get to use your buy. If you had some way of guaranteeing your draw would make it through when you have to scheme Hermits, yeah, okay, but you don't. And he has so much garbage left. The next 5 cards are like 4 coppers and something. I guess you have to play it just because the next 5 cards are so bad. That's probably the biggest issue, is that the next 4 cards are so terrible you have to get rid of them. Could have tried for the Merchant Guild again. This is not an easy board to play correctly. I would be screwing it up left and right. I mean, if Pubby does even 2 provinces, it's really hard to catch him. Steph is saying get a province, a guild, and 2 madmen, but I don't think that's enough points. That doesn't put you in range to catch them with duchies. Just don't trash the province. I mean, I don't know what it takes for Titandrake to win. There aren't a lot of ways for him to win here. So, like, what are they? If Pubby has, like, 2 dead turns and Titandrake empties the provinces. The problem is, even going for, like, I think he's going to have a really, I think the Hermit's next turn are going to be pretty disappointing. So he can get, if he draws the Madman, can he get 4 provinces and win? I guess he can do it if he sees the Madman. If the Madman is the top card right now, he can win. Otherwise, he'll be... If he finds a Madman, I'm sure he'll draw his deck. We know Titandrake. Titandrake is telling us that he has to draw Madman. He is right. Nope. No go. Can't even gain duchies. Pubby's next turn could be pretty bad again because I think Titandrake just I think when he lost this Hermit on his last turn, it took his gains down too low. I don't think he has 4 gains anymore. When he trashed this guy for a Madman. I'm not positive, but I think that's true. Which means this turn he's going to draw the deck, but he's not going to actually have the gains to end it. Maybe I'm wrong. If he has 3 Hermits, he can do it certainly. Oh, he did top deck them? Oh, yeah, you guys are right. My bad. He top decked the Hermit, so he just is going to win here. Most likely. He's going to see something like 4 or 5 cards, and he has to find the Madman. 1 Madman. Yep, he wins. So this was pretty funny. Because there's another Madman sitting in there. That's enough to draw the deck. Well, that was weird. So that was a really cool game 7, but Titandrake has the win now. It didn't matter if Pubby had bought Duchy. he still would have lost by a point. Alright, congrats to Titandrake. Pubby was trash, but he, I guess, just couldn't get the draw. So very nice, very, very nice. I think there were alright, so Titandrake is happy, which is cool. Congrats to him. He's our his heart's pounding. But well played by both players. It was a pretty nice match. Not every game was well played, but certainly interesting strategies were played, I think, on most of the games. So thanks to Titandrake for sharing his hand with me so I could commentate, and everybody who wants to watch the other semifinals match, that'll be tomorrow at 19 UTC. So about 13 hours from now, roughly. And I hope you will all join us. I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream, but thank you for watching. And thank you, all you Europeans who stayed up. And I will see you all tomorrow.